Hello, cosmic beings. Welcome to Being Cosmic. If it's your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm so glad that you're here. This is going to be a past life reading. With this, it's not going to be very in-depth and specific because it's a collective read. So with that, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Oftentimes what comes up during these collective past life readings is there will be a general theme of something that's coming up into your awareness right now to be integrated, healed, acknowledged, brought forth. It's just something that is ready to come up into your awareness so that you can move through it, integrate it, and really allow it to help you for your highest good and to help you step into your highest timeline. So with that, I'm going to take a step aside. Let Spirit pass through. All right. I ask, what does the collective need to know about a past life that is helping or hindering them at this time? That's coming up into their awareness to be integrated, healed, acknowledged, unlocking the information for the highest good. All right. So with this, there have been quite a few past life messages that want to come up right now. It could be the time of year. It could just be the energy of the collective. So with that, if this one doesn't resonate, feel free to check out some of the other past life readings that will be posted around the same time as this one is. I've done quite a few, and they're really coming up right now to shed some light for the collective. So there's just a little side note for you. Let's get into it. What do they need to hear, Spirit? What lifetime do they need to know about? Okay, so the first one that came out was love life. So there is a past life, either connection or situation that is affecting your current love life, basically. What else about their love life, Spirit? What else do they need to know about their love life? Okay. Inform. Oh, wow. Okay. I have quite a few that came out for this one. All right, so we've got... Okay. So, phobias came out second. And so there could be a phobia in this life that is brought forward into this life from a past life. Then we've got orphan. And so this is saying that you were an orphan in a previous life, and that creates an abandonment wound. And that is coming up into your awareness right now to be dealt with and healed and integrated. You also have communal living, which is saying that you had a lifetime where you lived communally. And so when we have a previous lifetime where we were communal, it can be difficult to kind of live in society as it is now, because at a soul level, we're yearning for that connection in that it's really that, community. It's that sense of community on a next level where it's not this, consumerism, beat the Joneses energy. It's this, we are all in this together and we all have a purpose and we all are helping each other in some way. We all have our own little duty to keep this community thriving. And so that could be coming up at this time right now as well. And this can also explain why, if you've been having a difficult time kind of integrating into society the way that it's set up now, it's because your soul is tapping into this past life where it was communal, and it's it's really calling you to either look into a communal lifestyle now, or it's coming up to allow you to integrate it so that you can really come to terms with how society is set up now, and then to integrate some of that. The next one that came out was farm. And so this is saying that you spent a lifetime living on a farm. You could have been, you could have owned the farm. You could have worked on the farm. There could also be a call to kind of a simpler lifestyle right now. And then there's also wars and battles. And I'm being called to read that one out of the book. Okay. So this card indicates that you suffered or were killed in a war in previous lifetimes, and your unconscious will tell you whether you were a soldier, an officer, or a civilian who was a casualty during a battle. That lifetime could have turned you into a pacifist, or it could have made you conflict phobic, and you cannot stand any measure of violence or even loud voices. Conflict phobia prevents relationships from deepening, as part of the authenticity stems from sharing your true feelings with each other. Conversely, that lifetime may have filled your heart with anger and the desire for revenge. In such a case, you would have a difficulty controlling your temper. This may even lead to addictions in your attempt to bring about peace. If you have that natural warrior spirit, it's important to channel it in peaceful and constructive ways. For instance, being an activist for positive social change, or a legal advocate who champions underdogs. Okay, so what I'm picking up from this is that there could be some abandonment wounds and some conflict phobias that are coming up and affecting your love life in this lifetime that are stemming from a previous life. And there's definitely some conflicting energy here with wars and battles and then this communal living. And so if you're feeling very conflicted on an internal level and it's almost illogical, it doesn't really make sense, it's because it's past life wounding that is coming up right now. And the best thing you can do for this is you can go to like a past life regressionist. You can do some past life regressions on your own. You can ask for assistance in the dream realm during meditations, during automated writing, that kind of thing, and ask for some clarity to come through and some guidance to come through on how you can move through this and integrate it and release it so that you can step up in this lifetime in your highest self, and you can really come to this place in your love life where you are coming from an open heart space instead of having these weird blocks around the heart space and like these heart walls that are preventing you from really embracing and enjoying the connection with somebody else in this life. In phobias, what I'm picking up from that is that there's a phobia that is being brought forth in this life that is from a past life, but I am going to read it from the book just to get some more clarity. So it says, this card comes to you compassionately to help you connect the dots between current life phobias and past lifetimes. Often consciously remembering the past life sources of your anxieties is enough to release their grip on you. The situation you're inquiring about has its basis in underlying fears or phobias. These fears are energy blocks, which are slowing or prohibiting the results you desire. Phobias have to do with the impulse to have complete mastery over situations that are out of your control. They also bring up many trust issues. Your higher self and unconscious mind know the original source of any phobias you may have manifested. You can unearth the origins of these phobias through a past life regression or even through dream work. For example, as you're falling asleep, ask your higher self to give you information that you'll remember upon waking that's related to the phobia. By directly confronting your underlying fears, you can lessen their hold on your unconscious. It's all about awareness. Okay. Yeah. So then for love life, I'm going to read this because I feel like this is the main theme, the main area of your life in this lifetime that some of these past life wounds are affecting. So let's see. This card comes to you as an indication that your love life is affected by one or more previous lifetimes. Most likely you had a painful experience back then that has caused you to be overly cautious. In such cases, working on yourself can help you reopen your beautiful, loving heart. In that way, you can love and be loved again. It's also likely that this card comes to you as validation that the man or woman you're romantically interested in was also a prominent person in your past life. This individual may not necessarily have been a romantic partner at that time, but your inclination to connect romantically in this life is definitely part of a greater plan. So what I'm picking up is for a select few of you, you are at this place where you've met somebody and you really want to move forward with this connection, but there's a lot of fear and anxiety that's coming up around the connection that really doesn't feel logical. And it's because of past life wounding. And so it's really recommended at this time to do some sort of past life healing in whatever way you're called to. Because you've got a beautiful connection that you're ready to step into. It's just removing some of these blocks that have been brought forth from a past life that are prohibiting you from fully stepping up into this connection and allowing it to really unfold in a beautiful, heart-centered way. For the another select few of you, you are in a connection already, and there's some blocks that are coming up at this time in your connection with this person that, again, don't feel logical. It's, maybe an attachment style that just doesn't make sense logically from this lifetime. And it's because it's a fears and phobias from past life wounding that is coming up. Sometimes it can be, and this sounds weird, but sometimes it could be that maybe you were, a sibling with this person in a past life. And then there's this sibling energy that is carried over from a past life that's coming up, and it's preventing you from being able to really step into this beautiful connection with this soul. In multiple different ways. It could have been a friend that betrayed you in a past life, and then that's coming up now, and there's no real reason to feel a sense of betrayal with this person because they've never done anything, but there's still this weird energy of betrayal around it. And I'm picking up more abandonment than betrayal, but that's just an example of a dynamic that can happen in a past life that then comes up in this life with a person that it just kind of isn't really rooted in like a logical thing. If you were to go to like a therapist and talk about it, it wouldn't really connect. It wouldn't really make sense of like, why do you feel this? And then you go into childhood traumas and things like that. And sometimes that, is definitely part of it. And sometimes it's just past life stuff that needs to be released. And so you can fully step into this connection in an open, heart-centered way. So, all right. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else from that deck? Okay. We're going to pull one more from this one. What else do I need to know about this, Spirit? Anything else? Okay. All right. Cool. So, the first one that came out was ships. And it says, your prior lifetime spent on ships bring this card to you today. As a former sailor, crew member, or ship passenger, you've had experiences at sea that have exerted an influence on the situation you're inquiring about. You probably already have a sense of the type of life you had aboard these ships. The question now becomes how your experiences have affected your present life. Negative reactions, such as fears and phobias, or positive reactions, such as longings to travel or a special affinity for the ocean, all may have arisen in prior lifetimes. Okay, so for a select few of you, if you have a phobia going on with the ocean or water or travel even, it could be stemming from this lifetime. And again, it's just coming up into your awareness so that you can release it and heal it, move through it, and integrate it. And then that way it's no longer having like a negative effect on your life. Wisdom, I've not seen this card yet. Says this card indicates that you have tremendous wisdom and knowledge from prior lifetimes that seek to resurface now. Even if you've never thought of yourself as particularly wise, this card indicates that you learned important lessons and information that will serve you and others if it's reawakened now. This card can indicate it's time for you to return to school or seek additional education of some sort. This may even be a sign that you're changing your career path. Your re-emerging knowledge is guiding you toward work that is more meaningful. This card asks you to believe in yourself and know that you have what it takes to tackle a career related to your true interests and passions. That's awesome. Okay. And then the last card here is the male-female card. So this card signifies you've lived most of your lives as a different gender than the one you embody in this life. For example, you may now be living as a female, while in most of your previous lifetimes you were a male. In such cases, gender confusion and even health issues are often related to this change of gender over lifetimes. Because for most of your lifetimes you lived as the other gender, you may not feel comfortable in your own skin. If this is your first lifetime as a woman, for example, you may develop gynecological issues or even experience infertility. If this is your first lifetime as a man, you may not relate to traditional masculine roles. This card asks you to have compassion for yourself and trust that your soul is doing the best it can. Remember that your soul is the result of all of your past experiences. Okay, so that might just be a little bit of clarity and confirmation around some gender confusion at the moment. That's a very touchy topic right now, so I'm not going to dive too much into it, but hopefully that gives a little bit of clarity. Let's see if there's anything coming through. Okay, so basically all I'm picking up now that's coming through is that there's definitely some layered lifetime stuff that's coming up right now to be integrated. And I keep using the word integrated because what happens is we have all these experiences in other lifetimes, and then when they are separate in our consciousness, it'll show up in fragmented ways. And so it'll be like a random fear of this and a random phobia of that and a random abandonment wound issue, and it seems random. But when we have the awareness of it, and even just the awareness that it's coming from a past life, and that's it, nothing more, that can be enough to allow that to be released and to no longer have a hold on you in this lifetime, so that you can really move through some of these fears and phobias. You can really release some of this abandonment energy. You can understand why maybe you could be struggling right now with embodying the gender that you're in. That's, or the gender that you were born in, like the sex, basically. Do know, though, with this wisdom card here, you have a bunch of wisdom that's coming forward from these past lives that is ready to be acknowledged and unlocked at this time. And so just the intentional act of doing that will allow it to unlock. So just know that you do have a lot of wisdom coming forward at this time to help you navigate this next part of your journey. What I'm picking up is that there's a lot of healing that's about to take place for you, and a lot of hidden aspects of the self are going to be made clear in a way that is palatable, and a way that you can really accept it and release those kind of past life attachments to these, kind of blocks is what came up. Just, some things that have been holding you back, basically. That's what's coming up to be really released and moved through at this time. And it's definitely the main theme that I'm getting is a lot of this is showing up when it comes to your love life. And so if you've got these heart walls and it's really hard to connect with another person, especially romantically at this time, it's because of some past life stuff that gets to be healed and moved through. And with this, you've totally got this. You lived some amazing, beautiful lives. You have some amazing, awesome soul level knowledge that's coming up for you, and skill sets that's coming up for you at this time. And so embrace it. Accept it, embrace it, and then just release some of these, phobias and this abandonment wound and things of that nature. And you'll be able to really step into the highest version of yourself that your soul is calling you to step into at this time. Because you're really at this place where you have something beautiful waiting for you, and you just get to move through some of this past life stuff so that you can really step up and embody the highest version of yourself and really experience things that you're yearning to experience at a soul level. And that's why you're being called to them, is it's a soul calling. And that's, why you're probably watching this right now, is your soul's like, hey, this is what's been going on. This is what it is. It's some past life stuff that's coming up to be released at this time. So with that, if this is resonating for you, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. You don't have to get detailed if you don't want to, or you can if you want. I always really love hearing about your guys' stories and your journey at this time. But if not, you can just let me know, like, hey, this resonates, thank you, or not thank you, whatever. Let me know. And with that, there's nothing else that wants to come through for this one. So I hope this brought a little bit of clarity and helps you to really release some of this that has probably been pretty heavy. It's feeling heavy. It would be the best way to explain it. That's what I'm feeling right now, is it's kind of a heaviness that is ready to be released, and you're going to feel so much just lighter and more open when you release this. And there's guidance and assistance and help around you all the time, especially right now, willing and ready to help you navigate this. And so you got this, and I wish you all of the best. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you would like to hear more messages from me, feel free to hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything, and it just will show you some more messages when I post them. If you want to know exactly when I post them, you can hit that notification bell, and that will send you an actual notification when I do post new videos. So with that, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you on the next reading. Bye.